All right, let's dive into some more games here, shall we? So, for those that are new to the channel, a lot of the decks that I play here are viewer submissions, and deck submissions tend to fall into one of two categories. Either this deck seems potentially competitive, and we want to try and min-max and optimize it to be as competitive as possible, or there's the second category, like this deck we're about to play, which is what I like to refer to as a do-the-thing deck. So, what is the thing that this deck is attempting to do? So we have Chief Mechanist Zevi here, which says when you draw a card, give it fleeting, and create an exact copy of it in hand. We pair this with Smooth Soloist, which is kind of a sweet combo enabler. We had played this in Dreadway combo a little bit. That says Plunder, reduce the cost of all allies in your hand and deck by 2. And then Veteran Investigator, when I'm summoned, all players draw 1 card. So what this deck is looking to do is it's looking to counterfeit copies to put a bunch of Veteran Investigators in your deck. Then you use Smooth Soloist to make all of those Veteran Investigators cost 0 mana. And then Chief Mechanist Zevi allows you to generate extra Veteran Investigators, so you can then kind of play a bunch of Veteran Investigators, drawing through both players' decks to force your opponent to lose the game by drawing out. So, the rest of this deck has some interactive elements in it, like Mystic Shut. It's got Thermo Beam. It's got things like Zonite Urchin and Rummage to kind of shift through the deck to find all of our different combo pieces that we're looking to have. It's definitely quite a bit of setup to get this kind of 4 or 5 card combo going, but we're going to play some games with it here, and hopefully over the course of the next hour and a half or so, we'll be able to accomplish the thing that we are looking to do a couple of times. I don't know how successful we're necessarily going to be, but we're going to give it the old college best here. Yeah, it's definitely a combo mill deck. Hey, Axe, thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. I assume that's for your Singleton deck. If I could refresh my dashboard here. I appreciate the support, Axe. And then, like Axe's donation there in this one, if you have a sweet Runeterra deck you'd like to see played on stream, you can find the details for doing so on my website here. With the new set 3 coming up, I'm going to be playing a lot more Runeterra this week. Still planning to do some Magic if they update their banned list, but more Runeterra than not this week for sure is my plan. Yeah, this seems fine. I am not going to play Zonite Urchin on 1 because I don't really have anything that I want to discard in hand, so my plan is to play Clump of Wumps on 2, and then we'll use Zonite Urchin to discard the Mushroom Cloud that we generate. I'm definitely not taking Monday off, so hopefully Wizards will pull their head out of their rectum and they will implement the ban list update that they're making Monday morning on Monday morning. In the event that their head is firmly up their own butts, though, we will instead do Runeterra in a variety segment on Monday, like I'm doing today and tomorrow. Thanks, Axe. I appreciate it. I think even with Magic fixed, I kind of enjoy Runeterra more as a game, so definitely going to do my best to try and expand my content into it more still. Riot, and I butcher their username, Dovegas, is someone who has gifted a number of subs on the channel when I started streaming. And I had reached out to them on Twitter saying if they were going to do content spoiler stuff, I would love to have one. And then their community manager reached out to me when they were lining people up.
New recruit reporting in.
No, definitely not. Yeah, and that's another thing too, talking about viewer submissions. If you don't have a specific deck you're looking, if you don't have a specific deck you want to see played, but you like a concept and you're not sure what to do with it, I also do build-around submissions. So for example, if you look in my deck queue, there are a number of just 2 champions listed, and once we get a full spoiler for the set, I'll be building decks around those champions for people. So, in addition to submitting specific decks, you can also submit an idea, and then I'll flesh out the details before I play it. My spoiler will be posting tomorrow night, Beansy. 9 p.m. Central.
Excuse you.
Alright, so we've got Chef, Chief, Chef, this is Chief, this is a Chef, this is a Chief. We've got the Chief here. I think we're looking for just the last couple of parts of our combo, right? So we're gonna go ahead and Zaunite Urchin to kind of shift through our deck a little bit. We've got Chump Wump plus Rummage to shift through our deck a little bit more here too.
You're covered.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform?
Beansy, how does it feel to have betrayed the working class and become a shillionaire?
Right if you don't.
For another go of a Lucian Ephemeral. Sounds good, Prof. Bob. Hey, what's up, oldest son? Is brother still playing Minecraft? Then you can watch your show in the basement, that's fine.
Follow my lead.
So this has Scout. They made all their units huge. I think we just Thermo Beam this. We're still pretty far behind on board. Any early thoughts on Lux Lulu? Lux Lulu will definitely be an aggressive shell. It's gonna want to play both the barrier 1-drop and the support 1-drop.
My deal is
No one goes hungry.
Okay, so I'm gonna trade this here. I can trade this here, and then we jump here, and we take 8 and go to 12. Not fantastic, but staying alive. That'll be tomorrow night extras. 25 bones for a day and night build around. Sound good, Yard's Revenge. I appreciate it. And then I believe we're supposed to get a full spoiler on the 25th, so I'll probably work on build arounds that evening and get them added to the deck queue. Although I suppose you can't put deck hashes in there in advance, right? I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure if the sites with the API will be able to do that or not. Let's lead on Twisted Fate. Red card here, just guaranteed kill this 3-1. I guess it could be right to wait on this because they could play out more units this turn. Rude.
Who says I don't?
I'm actually here. So pretty. 2, 3, 4.
I'm an old man extra, so I'm not planning to be live tomorrow night. So my spoiler will just be up on the Twitters.
More mushrooms.
Morning, Jin. Okay, that's technically another one of our combo pieces here. But I still need to find the plunder champion or the plunder unit. I think I need to hold on to the warning shot so that way I can play that this turn. Well, was that a good draw, chat? How about that one?
For a round or two.
Yeah, looking for smooth soloist. That's fine. This is still gonna go ahead and mess their board up. So I'll kill these 3, and they'll have this in a 3/4. And then putting this to a 1 point of toughness means my 1/2 trades with it, which is nice. Got it. Apparently had enough.
We did it together.
Doesn't do anything. Just getting started, Jin. So that was the first game, which we won very fairly. So Johnny Ash. Well, these are a couple of our combo pieces. Yeah, we've leveled Twisted Fate plenty of times. I've been playing Runeterra for a while, Severe Hat. We've been doing almost daily stuff for going on 2 months now. I've played a good range of things and experienced a good range of things.
So pretty. I need just a moment. Quickly. For glory. Why are you here?
Like, this exchange is so good for us. Like, they're getting to eat my thing, sure, but at the same time, my thing wasn't really worth much. And it, like, generated a card for us already, which is excellent. Pyromancus, thank you for the 23 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
There's another one.
Yeah, big agree with that. Twisted Fizz is definitely just an elusive deck. It's a very good elusive deck. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
The sub rock got me good.
I mean, if they have Reckoning, I have Warning Shot, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, like this is real bold. This checks on when you play it and when it resolves. Oh, they have Elixir too. That's brutal. That's less than ideal.
Porting in. Swiftly. Adventure starts with mushrooms. All the world on one arrow.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. Something for all of you.
Avarosans, stand together.
Lady Luck is smiling.
No backing down.
I feel like this is an okay exchange for us.
There's a right tool for everything.
Yeah, myself and a number of other content creators are gonna have a bunch of cards to spoil over the course of tomorrow, Jin. Mine'll be tomorrow evening U.S. time.
Cure the kill.
All right, so
They got ways to find me mushrooms.
they're gonna get to Frostbite, my 5/6, and then hook it with this, I guess.
Winter take you.
Yeah, it really feels good to make content for a company that doesn't treat me like crap, Jin. It's refreshing, you could say. Reminds me of the Hex days. I liked working with them. Only this is it. This isn't a small indie project, so it's not just gonna disappear.
Face me. Show me a target.
I mean, that's not even really like a enjoying my job thing, so much as just a detail of the whole thing.
Remember me.
So like I'm gonna put 5 mushrooms in their deck, I think. I'm gonna hold on to these other ones, even though I'm gonna lose spell mana. Because if we draw like a rummage, I want to be able to do that.
Built to spec. You dream it, I'll build it.
What did you catch?
I don't just make them.
If it's a fight they want.
So the downside to this attack here is these get culling, or these get brittle steeled now. Kato's probably, these are fleeting, so we need to play them. Kato's probably lethal here.
Double trouble.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, honestly, King Fede. Like, it's nice playing and promoting a game too that just like treats their customers with respect too, because like it's like I like Magic as a core game engine, but like both paper Magic and oh god, that's funny. Both paper Magic and Arena are just like super predatory. I didn't think about Rummage with this card. That's like really funny.
More equipment for the field.
I think we're dead, right? We got to, that's kind of sweet. We got to draw a bunch of cards, but we're about to, to die to Ash. Ash and friends here, unfortunately. We can try the next one. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I can ever get into another digital card game after experiencing Runeterra that just, like, does random card packs as their method of card acquisition. There really is no meaningful reason to have card packs be the way you acquire cards in a digital card game, other than you're trying to fleece your customers. Like, sure, have them for limited if your limited is based around card packs, but like, having it be the core acquisition model of how you get things for constructed is just nonsense. I think I'm keeping all of these. I think I want Clumpwumps as an early play, and Rummage paired with these things making Mushroom Clouds is great. So, Sajani Gangplank here. Usually these two champions are a deck that's designed to level them as quickly as possible, but opponent starts really slow here. Yeah, paper card games you buy things directly, but that comes with the whole other extra level of secondary market nonsense a lot of the time. Like things that are like card games in a box, like Epic card game or Android Netrunner, like those are much more consumer friendly too than a secondary market. Not having to play a stock market to play a game is nice. Rude. So another make it rain here is why I led on coral creatures as opposed to playing out Zonite Urchin. So that way they couldn't kill two of my things with a second make it rain. Oh, I'm out of regular mana, sure.
Credit denied.
Yeah, I agree with that, King Fede. The secondary market. Oh, I should have parlayed this, right? I think there's merit to holding this to discard with this, but I guess I have chump ones. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to have parlayed that there and kept my 2/1. Start the day. Start the day. Monkey Idol's like a subtly very powerful card. The fact that like you're incentivized to not attack into these is just like a big deal. Although that's a Twisted Fate. So like Twisted Fate can red card this plus make this only do one more turn. Go ahead and Zonite Urchin, shift through the parlay to start and see where we end up at. Yeah, we're like halfway there. Need soloists for sure.
You'll fight or you'll swim.
And I plan to hold on to the warning shot.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Plan to hold on to the warning shot to
Something for
enable soloist if we find it.
There's plenty of killing there.
I think I'm just passing. I don't really want to attack this into their 3/3. There isn't, because our deck has like this combo finish that doesn't care about their life total, we're not under pressure to like be super aggressive while we're playing. Hope Runeterra gets esports support. To be honest, as like, I'm probably in the minority, but I can kind of take or leave things being an esport.
There's a right tool for everything.
I mostly play games for fun these days. Occasionally playing a tournament is fine. Wow, they nabbed one of my soloists. Rude. It's actually kind of terrifying.
Treasures of the age.
Yikes.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
Built to spec. Another day in the field.
I'll pick 'em, you plan 'em, kid.
Yeah, that's true too as well. Like something that like MTG Melee specifically has really shown me is like if you give people the tools, they will build their own esport basically. So like if a veteran investigator here and see what we draw.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
Sick. If they give like a spectator mode and other things like that, we could realistically see like the community make their own esport types things to follow. Kill their elusive here.
You never know what hit him.
Yeah, big agrees to go.
Neither the flame
So if they have a warning shot, they can level this next turn, which would be real scary. Or a parlay. Yep. Oh, I suppose that was another Teemo I could have played out. I think we're probably dead to this attack trigger anyways, though. They at least can't make a powder keg to deal 2 to everything. So this has Overwhelm, which is a little unfortunate. So I can put this here, this here, this here, this here, this here. Put these this way so this takes less damage. Takes 7, everything dies. Maybe trading Twisted Fate off is wrong there.
Observe and learn.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
Observe and learn.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
This is probably wrong. Probably just supposed to hold on to this. Yeah, because if I don't hold this, I can't do it the turn I draw Soloist. Yeah, and maybe we're just not supposed to counterfeit copies until there's a Soloist in our deck. Or until we have the Soloist trigger already. Just so many moving parts to this combo. It's really hard to assemble them all together.
More equipment for the field.
Observe and learn.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
Yeah, there's still at 24 cards. Yeah, I can't find Soloist because I put a bunch of Investigators in my deck now. Yeah, I think we're done. Alright, take 3. Take 4? I've lost track. Take 3 or 4. One of the two. I've made a huge mistake. Well, it has a lot of our things in it, so I think we keep. Yeah, probably the Turbo Deep. Well, I guess Turbo Deep is not, there's like Deep without Maokai. Like, maybe they're a budget build?
Anything else?
Should have waited a turn for Clumpwumps. I don't want to trade my 2-1 for their 1-1. So the person that made MTG Melee said they plan to add support for Runeterra and other card games next year. Wanderer. Foxacon, thanks for the 30 months. I appreciate the 2.5 years. And if something like that happens, I'm definitely up for trying to run a community tournament or two like we do for Magic once a month. Next year is a while away. You're not wrong. Running large-scale tournaments without a service like that, though, is just too tough. A lot of logistical issues that it smooths out. Yeah, the weekly Runeterra tournaments are using Smash.gg, which is, let's say it's functional. Functional is the nice thing I can say about it. As someone who's played card game tournaments on Smash, that's not what it's designed to do, and it's very apparent that that's not what it's designed to do. As someone who's experienced Magic tournaments on both Smash and Melee, a service like Melee is just invaluable. So, I think we can loot through the extra one of these, huh?
So pretty.
I think I want to just Thermo Beam this. To stop them from smacking me and drawing cards. So we're going up to 5 mana next turn, so we're still a couple turns away from these. I kept the backup Chief, I keep saying Chef. I kept the backup Chief as opposed to the backup Smooth Soloist, because Smooth Soloist, we just need to activate, whereas Chief, we have to keep in play. So having a backup of this, so in case they kill the first one, seems valuable. I don't really want to rummage any of these other cards away. Like, I have Jailbreak as a spare, but the rest of these are kind of useful. And, like, if I'm about to play Chief out here, Chief is going to give me plenty of extras to rummage through, so I don't think there's an incentive to use this right away. So I'm hoping to draw a Warning Shot next turn, so that way we can Warning Shot into Soloist. Yeah, they're not attacking us currently. Although they are about to go deep is a concern. And they get scarier when that happens, obviously. So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in hand. So if I discard use 3, I'll effectively have 9 cards afterwards. Just gonna draw 2, which we'll get extra copies of. So,
Double trouble.
None of those are the Warning Shots I wanted for Christmas. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to kill the elusive here. That's probably better. Yeah, that's probably better.
2, 3, 4.
These are all fleeting, so we are gonna lose them here. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, I probably should have just Thermo Beamed this and left their lifelinker alone. Yeah, if I would have killed the elusive, there's Nautilus. If I would have killed the elusive, we would have been able to attack with Teemo to trigger Plunder for this. I said we were gonna spew all of our ladder points. I believe, chat. Working on the slow grind down. Gangplank usually means something more aggressive, which makes keeping Thermo Beam appealing. I'm gonna mulligan these back, keep Zonite Urchin to shift through the deck a little bit. Zonite Urchin's a little bit awkward because if I don't have like a mushroom or something, I don't really have anything reasonable to shift through. Like hoping to draw like a Chumpwumps. So two of these will just play one. It's going on Wednesday. But appropriate username. Open the door to my office. Getting really hot in here. My office gets way hotter than the rest of the basement when I leave the door closed because the computer heats up. It's an easy block here. Don't really care if Investigator dies to make it rain or anything like that. Opponent's playing Dreadway combo. Yeah, that could be it. These are the two champions we play in Dreadway combo. I think we're just zonating.
Safety will cost you.
I'm not sure the Teemo aspect of this deck is actually very reasonable. Just like aggressively leveling Gangplank with a Plunder, sure. This is nice, if they attack with their 3-3, I can block here. Just gonna go ahead and kill their Gangplank. You make your Veteran Investigators cheaper with Smooth Soloist, and then you draw through, you put more of them in your deck, and then you draw through. So, we'll go ahead and we'll red card here. We've been very unfortunate at drawing this card so far. So we'll bank 2 spell mana this turn, and that'll let us Mystic Shot, play Smooth Soloist with Plunder. And then we can start working towards comboing from there. Oh, I suppose you could have been asking about their deck. How they combo too. They are also a combo deck.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Hey, Swim. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Feels a little bit bad to let them use the keg to kill all our stuff there. But I think we finally got a chance to Smooth Soloist and set up the Mystic Shot. So I think I want to use the Mystic Shot to do that. To maybe finally get to do the thing.
Close your eyes and drift away.
Hey, Niv. Thanks for the sub gift. I appreciate it. So...
Officer J.S. Hocknor, Unit 6.
Evening, officer.
So we're not fully ready to combo just yet because I don't have Machinist in play, Mechanist, to give us extra copies as we draw them. But we can at least churn through our deck here a little bit. Opponent's hand is pretty full. We do have a Rummage, that's true. I suppose, do I Rummage? I could play this out as a 0 drop. And then I can Rummage through these two. I guess I could get rid of the Smooth Soloist too.
Come on a musical journey.
That's their second Soloist. It's a little scary. Let's start with this, because it could generate a Rummage. Rats, never lucky. So if this draws a... So what's our ideal sequence? This draws a Mechanist, and then this draws another Veteran Investigator.
J.S. Hocknor, Unit 6.
Evening, officer.
We're just like leveling their Twisted Fate while we sit here and let them draw cards.
Officer J.S. Hocknor, Unit 6.
Evening, officer.
Yeah, I agree. This is the closest we've gotten to getting there. We're a little bit off. There's a lot of moving pieces in this one.
Close your eyes and drift away.
They are 2 cards off of Twisted Fate leveling. Yet unfortunately we don't have any card draw left in our hand at this point, so even if we rip Mechanist, we're not going to be able to
Sit back down.
combo the turn we draw it, which is a little unfortunate.
Beg your pardon.
Boys, it's yours.
And they have an entire grip full of things, so I played a bunch of investigators out. So what's our best draw then? Probably Rummage. If we like rummage into it.
I guess you can win them all.
Yeah, they're also a Smooth Soloist deck, and they were nabbing some cards out of our deck too, which definitely didn't help. So we could technically still deck them next turn, right? If we hit like Rummage into Mechanist plus this as the high roll that we need.
Officer J.S. Hocknor, Unit 6.
Evening, officer.
And this is their combo, so Dreadway doubles the damage that Ledros does, and Ledros does half your life rounded up, so they have a 2-card combo here. Their combo deck's a little bit more competitive than ours.
I am reborn of salt and pride.
The Gangplank level up is very, very in your face. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, or if you don't follow Mr. Beast on Twitter, apparently he's giving away 100 grand, so you should retweet him. Money is great, chat. I like money. Smooth Soloist. Nice. Ezreal Karma. So they're control decks. This is nice to give us some time to get set up here. What do I think of Legends of Runeterra with Dotron or unfair stuff? The worst part about Legends of Runeterra is that because there's no resource variance in it, there's way too much personal accountability. When I lose, it's frequently my fault that I lost. Magic. Magic's nice because you can protect your ego and just say, well, I stumbled and died. I think the biggest summary of like the Runeterra design decisions that I really liked was when they nerfed Unyielding Spirit, changing it from burst speed to fast. That really stood out in my mind as okay, they really care about the quality of the games that get played. Like, I don't think Unyielding Spirit was like anywhere near overbearing or too powerful, but the fact that they were willing to change a card based on just the quality of the gameplay that it generated, really to me was like, oh, they get it. Their goal is to have their game be fun, not just to have some arbitrary win rate metric that they don't want decks to pass. As someone who's like pounded his head into a wall trying to like form good arguments for why things that like are toxic gameplay patterns need to go in Magic lots of times, it was refreshing to see Riot as a company be like, yeah, we care about how the game feels to play. We're getting real close here, chat. Alright, there's some investigators. That's fantastic. Yeah, the Lucian rally cards are a good example of that, I agree.
Anything else? It's too late for you. Idiots!
I thought you'd never ask.
Feels a little bit bad using something this big on Ezreal, but I think I want to just keep him dead.
Finest gear for Piltover's finest.
Ionia speaks through me.
Built to spec.
Sick. So these are going to be free here. Yeah, I agree that Runeterra, having experienced Runeterra, it makes it harder to kind of look past Magic's flaws. Yeah, I agree, X. When they in the article where they described why they were making the changes and finally banning Teferi that they did, it felt kind of condescending as a player reading it. It felt very like, these changes didn't need to happen based on our metrics, but we're doing them anyways, be happy. Like, we were right in not doing this for so long.
There's another one!
Are we gonna get to do it, chat? Is this it? Is this the thing?
Observe and learn.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
Combo! Alright, so this is all the things, chat. Okay, so we use the counterfeit copies to put more veteran investigators in our deck.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
We need to find some veteran investigators, chat.
Some rock got me good.
Yeah, I agree. Putting money into Magic Arena feels real bad, having experienced Runeterra.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
I feel like Riot sees me as a customer and not just a machine that they pull money out of.
Hex lens specs, eh?
I can't counterfeit. I'm out of mana. Unfortunately.
Non-optimized.
So unfortunately we bricked off there. That's fine.
I'd like to file an equipment request.
Another leak-proof pen, Hogner?
Them mum's still like a yodel in uniform.
Observe and learn.
Maybe with those hex lens specs, eh?
Maybe with those excellent specs, eh?
Stone unturned.
Hopefully one of these will generate a rummage for us.
You lack subtlety. Spring does not pity winter.
The squad is about to investigate the opponent's hexes. Yep.
Unseemly scoundrel.
So pretty. Found one.
Rummage! Rats. Never lucky. So this is 2 turns away from leveling. Gonna level on my next attack turn.
Double trouble.
Oh, yeah, I guess killing Karma is probably smart. I kind of wanted to hold cards in case I drew a rummage, but...
Or you miss me.
Okay, so I saved these so I can kill Ezreal now. They could level him in response, though, is an issue here. He's at 6 out of 8, so could get in a little bit of trouble here. Yep.
Sure.
Unseemly.
They don't know what they're up against.
This did force them to spend most of their mana before Ezreal gets to hit me, though. So if one of these hits a rummage, we could combo here.
Back it up.
So pretty.
So Ezreal's leveled form deals 2 damage to us every time they cast a spell.
Sure.
So we are just gonna die next turn if we don't go off here, right?
There's another one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we're just gonna, because Karma, I should have killed Karma here as opposed to trying to kill this. Hey, Jinsdale, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
More equipment for the field.
Yeah. That was the closest we've gotten. And again, like, really kind of showing some of the clickiness. Let's give this one more go. See if we can get it on the 6th try or not. it's really refreshing, like, when, like, a new player, like, someone from my Magic audience, like, okay, Jeff, how much does it cost to build this Runeterra deck? And I can just, like, look on Mobilytics and, like, look at the dust costs and be like, it's gonna cost you exactly this much money to build this deck. As opposed to, like, Arena, where it's like, well, you're gonna buy booster packs, it's gonna cost you somewhere between 100 and 200 booster packs, and booster packs are around $1 each, but the exact price depends on how the moon aligns in the sky, and how lucky you are when you open the packs. Yeah, that too. It's cost this much money, and that price is never going to change. It will always cost that much money. So, some combo pieces, a Thermo Beam against what's likely an aggro deck. Chump Wump is a good early blocker, sounds nice. I like Clump Wump because it gives us things to loot through with Rummage and the 2-1.
Let me show you what I can do.
Yeah, between Artifact thinking it was a good idea to have a secondary market and the fact that they had an in-game chat, it just, like, really showed that the people designing Artifact had no idea what they were doing. Nah, I'm gonna be honest, Vernonox. Packs don't even make sense from a physical perspective. I think they're marginally less offensive from a physical perspective because a secondary market can exist, but secondary markets are also pretty awful for a variety of different reasons. So, I agree with you that they make packs marginally less offensive, but they're still pretty offensive.
For the Empire.
Fun fact. When Richard Garfield first envisioned Magic the Gathering and what it was going to be, his idea of booster packs, he didn't envision a secondary market. He created booster packs as a distribution model because he thought it would be a way for them to balance the game through artificial scarcity. He knew some of the cards he was designing were better than other cards, but he expected the game to stay somewhat balanced, expecting people not to be able to readily get copies of those cards. That's why he didn't have a 4-of rule in his original design, because he expected artificial scarcity to prevent people from getting lots of copies of the same good cards.
Remember the objective.
Yeah, ante was intended to be a method of card distribution as well, and balancing from that perspective. So, the secondary market in Magic is, like, quite literally not Magic as Richard Garfield intended it. Had no intention of that being what things should look like. I mean, to be fair, the number of cards Magic releases isn't why they have balance issues. A lot of the cards Magic releases are just bad and unplayable. Magic has a lot of throwaway terrible cards in it. Okay, we're gonna get to Warning Shot Smooth Soloist next turn. Yeah, I could do without the Colossal Dread Boss. I've actually, I play Runeterra off-stream too a bit, and most of the Runeterra I've been playing off-stream has actually been their limited format. I've actually really enjoyed the Runeterra expeditions. The fact that they're higher power level and more synergy focused limited is a lot of fun in my opinion. As someone who's like not a fan of Magic's limited formats at all, like limited in this game I find pretty enjoyable.
There's another one!
Heyo! I say hey, I say hey, I say hey. Oh. Do. Okay, so we're looking for. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I do this, ditch these. We're looking for the one that puts copies of this into my deck. Swing and a miss. It's unfortunate. So we're just passing now? Yeah, I think we're just passing. Yeah, unfortunately, the second coral creature drew me the thing, so... We'll see if they open on attacks here or not. If they don't open on attacks, they are... I'm going to go ahead and block the Slippery Wave Rider, just looking to prevent as much damage being dealt to myself as possible. Oh, I didn't use the free warning shot? It doesn't matter. You're right. I missed a point of damage, but I'm not trying to kill them with damage, so I didn't care. Listen, chat, this is a do the thing deck. If I don't get to do the thing, why am I even bothering?
Beautiful journey.
I've got a goal, and we're laser focused on it. Dear opponent, please don't burn me out. No decimate. This could very well be a decimate deck, huh? Their builds are kind of sweet. Like, Misfortune Elusive, basically. Elusive aggro with Crimsons.
Gotta go with the flow.
So what exactly is the thing in this deck? So, there is a card called Counterfeit Copies that creates extra veteran investigators in our deck. So the goal is, while we have Mechanist Zevi in play, we will get to put a bunch of investigators in our deck and then draw through them. I think there's a good chance we get burned out here, huh? Which is unfortunate.
They got ways to find me mushrooms.
So close and yet so far away. Am I dead yet? We are. Rough. All right, I'm gonna give it one more shake. One more shake. An hour 10 of flailing around is about all I gotta do. Sometimes the beams say dreams. This one's pretty ambitious. Like there are a lot of moving pieces in this.
Oh boy, here I go.
Someone in chat thinks they have a better version. I'm open to a better version. I don't normally do this, but this deck's been kind of a dumpster fire so far, so I'm open to any potential improvements. We have more card draw, and we got rid of... I don't know that I love getting rid of clumps. I guess Grifter gives you warning shots as well. Yeah, no Teemo actually seems okay. Sure, we'll try the last game with this one. It's just like driving a race car with all the brake lines cut, something like that. Thank you, Twisted Fate against Fizz. Hitting a 1-drop there is quite excellent. This is something to do early. But aren't we decking ourselves when we draw? No, because counterfeit copies adds extra cards into our deck. So the key card is counterfeit copies. It puts 4 extra things in your deck. For Runeterra deck lists, find my Mobalytics page there. You can also find it on the stream overlay. Again, holding on to this, so this way we can put extra copies into our deck with counterfeit. Perhaps. Yeah.
Observe and go.
Now that we drew another, we'll go ahead and do this. It's awkward.
Vermin. I'll recite your
He's got 2 thumbs and is about to get elixired. This guy. Brittle Steel, sure. Same difference.
This would be a good winter.
I think the opponent's deck's very good, by the way. We played this the other day and climbed up a bunch of points with it. Just at a low bar. It's probably better than what we're doing here.
Keep up, keep up.
Okay. So we're waiting on... The opponent is playing Twisted Fizz.
Gotta go with the flow.
Okay.
Is a sea all.
We live here.
So I could rummage, ditch, chomper. I guess I want Grifter.
Try again.
I want Grifter so that way we can trigger Plunder on, what's it called? Our Soloist if we draw it. Start with this, see if they've got a Fury or an Elixir to protect it. My Yordle Grifter could at least hook this Narwhal and make it because it's vulnerable. And Elixir.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Yeah, the opponent's deck is essentially an elusive deck. It's got a lot of good combat tricks and stuff in it.
I'm not greedy. My friends, though. Heavy pockets, huh?
An auspicious season.
Alright. Hey, we're gonna really get this one to the dumpster pile. Yeah, I think that unfortunately went about as I expected. Just, having to assemble Mechanist, Soloist, Investigator, counterfeit copies, and then, like, also draw into an appropriate number of Investigators once you start going off. Like, this is a 4-card combo to get set up, and then even once you assemble those 4 things, there isn't a guarantee that you're not going to brick off in the middle, which is a little bit rough. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap up my Runeterra segment for today. I'll be back again tomorrow. With more Runeterra Constructed. For those of you that are new to the channel, I basically do some amount of Runeterra content almost every single day. I'm going to be doing a ton of extra Runeterra content, more than I normally do once the new set drops on Wednesday afternoon. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I will have a set 3 card spoiler to share tomorrow night on Twitter, along with a bunch of other Runeterra content creators. I'm not done streaming for the day, though, so on Saturday and Sunday, after I do a little bit of card games in the morning,